Hello and welcome to another episode of FinTech Focus TV with me, Toby Babb. We are here today at Excel at FinTech Connect, and I have just been introduced to Vinay from Monee. Vinay, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Very good indeed, thank you.
I'm Vinay from Monee Finance. It's been a pleasure to be here. So we are what I like to call a digital financial market infrastructure startup. That's a bit of a mouthful, but in layman's terms, we are a tokenization startup which has been in the foray in the news lately. What that means is we take actual financial assets and make them digital securities using the blockchain.
Fantastic, and look, couldn't be a better place to be talking about it today. Tokenised has been the sort of fusion of FinTech Connect today. You've been on stage a little bit beforehand.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what you've been talking about in that session.
So I was earlier on stage on a panel where we were discussing what would make institutional adoption into tokenization and the RWA real-world asset space happen.
Tell us what some of the takeaways from that were.
Well, it was a very interesting panel. The other speakers were also quite experienced. Our conclusion, and I think what the consensus between all of us was, definitely aside from the regular things we hear like security, it's more compliance. So compliance, regulation, the investors would like to know where their assets are being custodied, and especially after situations like FTX, they would like to know, is this actually custody that is regulated? Is it segregated from any bankruptcy that they might have? Are these systems or tokens compatible with their legacy systems in terms of reporting, accounting, whether they can do various transactions on it, such as recollateralizing it, stuff like that. Stuff that I think a lot of people in the Web3 space ignore, because it's not just the technology, but it's actually practical things that participants like the institutions need before they participate.
Well, this is interesting because you mentioned there is that people in the Web3 space ignore. This has been the sort of last frontier for me for institutional adoption of digital assets as a whole, right? We sat there and we talked about this sort of TradFi and DeFi world coming ever closer together, trust being the frontier which people need to breach. And I think that sort of compliance piece, whilst it's not glamorous, it's absolutely essential for it to continue to prosper.
Not glamorous at all, but absolutely essential, as you said. So us ourselves, we've been working on our platform and our business for about 6 years, and since the very beginning we've had this compliance regulation first and institutional focus. And to be quite frank, till very recently we were in stealth mode, meaning that we were building our product, our partnerships, and really focused on getting that sort of regulatory approval, which we've recently achieved in the sense that now we're in a program with the Bank of England and the FCA, the securities regulator here in the UK, that's called the Digital Securities Sandbox. So this program is a pathway where in a regulated environment, we can actually test out this innovation, issue digital securities, and actually get the new licensing that's been developed by the authorities for this innovation.
Amazing. So what a great achievement for you in the business.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Till recently, we were actually very much in stealth mode, but after this new development, we have sort of inadvertently come out, and people have been approaching us, and that's also why we decided to come to this event and speak at this event.
Speak at this event, bring the merchandise with you.
Exactly. Let the world now know that we're around.
So how's it feel to be out and about?
It feels good. We've been getting a lot of interest, a lot of excitement. I think what a lot of people seem to be impressed with is that we've been in this for quite a long time, even though it's quite recent that it is in the foray, and a little bit of hype, especially now that the regulators and the large well-known institutions, your JP Morgans, your BlackRocks, are now entering the space with a lot of enthusiasm. So that has been, I would say, a strong validation for us. And I think what also has impressed a lot of people we've been interacting with is we've been bootstrapping this. We've never raised money, and now that we're more known, investors are approaching us themselves.
Oh, that's even better to hear about. Isn't
Exactly.
it? So, and we're filming this on December the 2nd. 2026 will be on us in a blink of an eye.
Indeed.
So tell us what happens for the business. What's exciting about that? You've now, if 2025 was coming out of stealth, 2026 must be explosion, right?
It's. I think it will be an explosion. A lot of exciting developments happening. We are now expanding into other jurisdictions and entering similar programs, just like we did with the Bank of England. So, for example, with the Central Bank of Ireland, so we can start expanding into Europe, the EU. And also look in other jurisdictions. We are also looking at what I would say is emerging market countries in Africa and Asia. One of the things about these jurisdictions is that they don't have legacy technology and they don't have the maturity such as here in the UK. So they are actually much more eager and I would say faster in adopting a lot of these technologies. So 2026, I believe, is going to be a big year. We're going to get more licensing, expand further, raise some money, and hopefully build our community and start having people participate in the offerings and products that we have.
So watch this space.
Exactly. Watch this space growing very fast.
Vinay, listen, lovely to meet you.
Definitely.
Thanks so much for coming on and sharing the story.
Thank you
I'm
so
glad
much.
it went well earlier on today.
It did indeed.
We'll catch up with you again soon.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
watching. We'll see you on the next episode of FinTech Focus TV. Thanks a lot.